everybody. It is Monday, October 14th, and you know what that means. It is time for the High Risk Wrestling Podcast. I am your host, Jeremy Pierce. Check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. And without further ado, let's get into the news. We have an update on Miss Maria Kanellis. I'm not putting this in the injury section because there's more to than just a quote-unquote injury, but she is suffering from a severe illness. She's undergoing surgery, and her contract with AEW is almost up. Now, she's saying that she can't really get in contact with anybody, which seems a little strange because her husband, Mike Kanellis, is on TV almost every single week. He's clearly getting booked. So we will see what goes down with that. Maria has a really good mind for this business. I know she catches a little flack from some people, but hopefully all things play out. Well, Dan Garcia has given us an update as he showed up at WrestleDream, and he has re-signed with AEW. The contract was more than what the WWE would have offered him, and this is good. Dan Garcia will be playing into the long-term plans for the future of AEW. And Danny Palmer is facing some backlash over her controversy. Yeah, she promoted a conspiracy theory that you hear from a lot of MAGA people, that somebody controls the weather that's not named Jesus Christ. And she's saying that Hurricane Milton is targeting red states, and you do your research about cloud seeding and weather wars, and it's just really, really stupid. And yeah, something's in the water down in NXT, because there's a lot of just idiots in NXT down there in Florida. Yeah, highly doubt you will be seeing her on TV for a little while longer. A fan has been arrested for, get this, taking feet pictures of the NXT woman at their hotel. He was ejected twice from the hotel. Don't be weird, people. Don't be idiots. It's very much that simple. Nyla Rose is still banned from Oklahoma. They have a ruling that transgender people cannot wrestle in their states. I mean, it's just that simple. I mean, it's not as simple as that, but it's simple enough with the law. Nyla Rose cannot wrestle in Oklahoma, and AEW needs to stand behind her and support her. AEW has also signed a deal with Fox Sports Mexico, as they will be airing a bunch of programming in Mexico. Dynamite, Rampage, Collision will all be airing on Fox Sports, and they have a new show called AEW All Elite Show, which is pretty much a recap show. AEW has filed a motion to compel arbitration of the Kevin Kelly lawsuit. Instead of going to trial, they just want to have arbitration. Whatever happens, AEW will win, because Kevin Kelly and Brendan and Brandon Tate are just idiots. They will not win. Rhea Ripley is close to signing a new long-term WWE deal that will increase her pay significantly. She is clearly at the top of her game right now. She's probably the top star in WWE right now, until maybe Charlotte and Becky Lynch comes back. Jimmy Jacobs has departed the AEW writing team. There's nothing bad here. There's no controversy. He was just burned out. He was a big help for AEW, and he was an even bigger help for TNA before he was in AEW. Hornswoggle has signed a Legends deal with the WWE. They are snatching up people right now to get them to come back, whereas Candice Michelle's like, yo, hint, hint, what is good? Y'all showing me on TV. On the injury side of things, Eddie Kingston has provided us an update on his injury recovery after his knee injury. He says, here's an update. He has a brace. Gotta love Eddie Kingston. And an AEW star was out of action with a biceps injury. There'll be none other than Anthony Henry. During his match with Gabe Kidd in Ring of Honor, he suffered that injury. We don't know if it's a full tear. It is a full tear, so he will be out for the time being. So now they're all out. The Workhorseman Taz, his knee surgery replacement has been a success. He is doing well, feeling good. It's good. Julia Hart, we have an update on her. She's set to return very, very soon. She was out with an injury for a while. She suffered a significant arm injury. She revealed that on Instagram. She's been out for several months, so it looks like she can be coming back sometime this fall, and Thunder Rosa has confirmed that she has been cleared for in-ring competition after suffering that concussion, which is good. You know, I love me some Thunder Rosa. But that is the news, the injury report, and we shall be right back with the week in review. The week in review, Monday Night Raw. We had our Bad Blood Fallout show. This show gets a fist. This was the first Raw that would be 2 hours until the move to Netflix, and I'm gonna let you know right now, it's going to be, I don't want to say bad, it's going to be a tough watch. There are going to be some growing pains, and there are going to be a lot of people not getting on the show. 4 matches. I think we got 4 matches and a lot of talking. Remember what I said about 5 matches on a pay-per-view? This is what I'm referring to. So we open up with Punk coming out. He says he's taking time off, and he doesn't really feel like a winner. He thanked the fans, and as he made his way to the back, Seth Rollins came out. They had a stare down, and Rollins gave him a nice little shoulder nudge. Rollins says that he hopes Punk gets better. He's healed up, so when he comes back, he can put him on the show for good and retire him, and I'm all for that. No bias there. And he turns his attention to Bronson Reed. Says, Bronson took me out. You wanted a fight. You wanted a war. You wanted to make a name for yourself. Well, here I am. We're going to get this done. Jey Uso comes out for his match, and Seth was not happy about being interrupted. Jey retained the Intercontinental Championship against Xavier Woods. After the match, Jey offered a handshake, which was denied. Braun Breaker came out, speared Jey, and Kofi was like, yo, we gotta go help our man. Like, that's our guy. We got history. His ex was like, that's not our fight. Kofi went to help, and then Bryan ended up spearing everybody. So this story with the New Day is really, really good. It keeps moving forward. Rhea was upset about what happened with Liv and Raquel at Bad Blood, and I'm gonna be honest, Rhea, you did it to yourself. You should not be angry. Miz told Karrion Kross that he turned on Truth for himself, and that he's ready to move forward. While he's talking to Kross, the Wyatt 6 static showed on screen, so we know who their next target is. Truth says he forgives Miz, and Miz wants a match with Truth. Sheamus defeated Pete Dunne in a good old-fashioned Donnybrook match. This was really, really fun. Kathy Kelly interviewed Cody about what happened at Bad Blood, and says he'll deal with Kevin Owens on SmackDown. Sami supports him for his match against Gunther at Crown Jewel. Raquel, Liv, and Dom arrived at the arena. We're about to get interviewed, and then they just left. Jackie Bradman tried doing her job. We had a 10-woman tag match as Natalya, Lyra Valkyria, Zelina Vega, Kaden Carter, and Katana Chance defeated the Unholy Union and Pure Fusion Collective. This was a shit show, to say the least. It is not on the women at all. And the main event, Gunther retained the World Heavyweight Championship by putting Sami Zayn to sleep. Cody and Gunther had a stare down, a face-off on the stage after the match. We had Dynamite. This was the WrestleDream Go Home show. This show gets a fist. So we open up with another message from Mox and the rest of the DCC. Mox says nothing lasts forever, and he hopes Danielson to understand that it had to be this way, that there's a war coming and the stakes are too high to worry about being comfortable. Danielson responded by saying that he supported Claudio everywhere he's been, and now he's going to run through all of them. And for those of you that do not understand this storyline, I'm going to put it to you very, very clearly. I'm going to read you verbatim what Skull Snack said on Reddit. This is not about Mox. This is not about Shane. Mox wants these guys, the day one guys, Private Party, Orange Cassidy, Darby Allin. He wants them to step up, that they are the future of this company. He has made himself the villain to light a fire under the roster. They're not beating up on Darby or Orange or Yuta to take over the company. They're doing it, and they're not doing it for their benefit. Mox didn't even lift the World Championship, we're going to WrestleDream now, after he won, because it's secondary. It's the byproduct of the greater mission. They're murdering Danielson, the hero, and saying, what are you going to do about it? Hoping and praying that someone steps up, that through this adversity, they come and challenge him. Because that person can carry the company like Mox, like Kenny, like Danielson, and they need somebody to step up. The look on Pac and Claudio's face when they saw Yuta fire up against Private Party, that's what they want. They want Darby to retaliate in kind. That's the story. Mox is ready to move this company forward, so it's on everyone else to step up. Darby Allin later came out and talks about the history between he and Brody King. Darby says that he'll be climbing Everest, that mountain that is Brody King. Brody came out, slapped him in the face and applied a sleeper, tried to hang him again until security broke things up. Brody was bleeding after Darby hit him in the head with a rock, right? Jake Roberts and Don Callis have a talent exchange, and Jake tells Renee Paquette that he's got a few surprises up his sleeve. Dan Garcia has arrived. He tells Renee that he'll tell everyone about his future in the ring. Hologram beat Commander, then LFI, along with Lance Archer, came out and laid everyone out. This is that talent exchange we're talking about. Mark Briscoe says that Jericho went too far. He crossed the line by putting Jay's name in his mouth, and he's going to make him pay. Darren Garcia is staying with AEW, and he's ready to put some gold around his waist. He got a lot of support from the guys in the back, including Katsuyori Shibata. MVP and Shelton Benjamin are ready to talk business with Swerve. Willow Nightingale defeated Jamie Hayter, Nyla Rose, and Saraya to become the number one contender for the Women's Championship. This was originally supposed to be Willow versus Britt Baker, but Britt is sick, so that we made this the fatal four-way match. As Willow celebrated on the ramp, she crossed paths with Mariah May, who gave her a headbutt and then started whipping her with the championship belt. The Learning Tree sent a message to Rocky Romero saying that some lessons need to be learned. They brought you in to counteract Mark Sterling. You are nothing more than the mascot. Learn a new lesson. Jay White won a squash match, and after the match, he says he's going to correct two wrongs. One is Hangman Page, which he'll do at WrestleDream, and the other is not being the world champion, which again, Hangman Page did because he was the one who beat him in the Owen. Hook demanded that whoever attacked his father to reveal themselves. Kip Sabian came up to Hook and was like, yo, I had nothing to do with that attack. Christian Cage then came up to Hook and says that he sympathizes with them with the loss of his father. Taz isn't dead, everyone. I just want to let you all know that Taz is not dead. I want to know who attacked Taz. This is going to be a very good story moving forward. So after that, Mariah May was being interviewed, and Willow just pounced her out of nowhere and said she'll be winning Sunday. This was very, very beautiful. You know I love me some Willow. Mercedes Moné retained both of her championships, the New Japan Strong Women's Championship and the TBS Championship over Emi Sakura. Statlander made the save after the match. Give me my horse. Fight between Stat and Camille. Private Party are ready to make that next leap. Will Ospreay is officially out of the Don Callis family. Takeshita attacked him, and Kyle Fletcher made the save but would not use the screwdriver. Top Flight want to know why they're not next in line for the tag team title. Jack Perry says he deserves to be TNT champion. It's his title. He's not losing it, and nothing will stop him. In the main event, Bryan Danielson and Wheeler Yuta defeated Claudio Castagnoli and Pac. After the match, the BCC attacked until Danielson made the save and was able to fight all of them off. This was an okay show. This came on Tuesday. This was Title Tuesday, and there were only one title match. Whatever. And the ratings weren't great. But that's what happens when you go against NXT, this established night, and you come on a different day at a different time. Impact, we're picking up where we left off. Remember, there was no show last week because of the hurricane. So, Jordan Grace, Masha Slamovich, and Soroka defeated Rosemary, Wendy Chu, and Tasha Steelz. Josh Alexander introduced Satan Center as the part of his new group. Nick Nemeth is happy as champion and is ready for Hendry. Hendry came out and they show some respect for each other as he is ready to challenge for that belt. First Class interrupted and claimed that they'll be the main events for Bound for Glory. Insults were traded, and a tag match was made for the main event. The Heather Reckless makeover has begun. Josh Alexander beat Eric Young after the match. The Northern Armory, which is now the name of Josh Alexander's group, was Satan Center. Continued attacking Eric Young. Grace will defend the Knockout Championship against Masha Slamovich at Bound for Glory. Santana walked through the crowd, and while he's doing this, he says he will finally finish off Moose. Moose comes out with security. He's like, dog, I can smell the fear in you. You are not ready for me. The System attacked Santana. ABC tried making the save, but were overwhelmed until the Hardy Boys came out and made the final save. The Hardys then went on to defeat ABC. Well, no. Their match versus ABC ended in a no contest after the System attacked Neon Slater to beat Jason Hotch and Laredo Kid in the main event. Nick Nemeth and Joe Hendry defeated First Class. Over on SmackDown, I'm giving this show a tepid one thumb. up. This is the Bad Blood Fallout show. Jimmy comes out and says he's happy to be back, and it hurts having to be taken out by his younger brother. Roman comes out and has everyone acknowledge Jimmy, and Roman says that they're still the ones, that they're still on top. And Jimmy's like, nah, dog, we're not, and we need help. And I know who we can get help from. And when he said that, the crowd kept yeeting, and Roman was like, no yeet. And Jimmy says, okay, we need help, but I'm the only one that still acknowledges you, and left. LA Knight defeated Carmelo Hayes, retaining the United States Championship. Carmelo took his eyes off the ball as Andrade was sitting at ringside. Jimmy offers respect to Cody, says you only get one of those. As Jakara Jackson and Last Legend are coming out for their women's tag team title match against Bianca and Jade, Kevin Owens came out, and he was not supposed to be there. He was actually banned from the arena. And he wanted to say why he turned on Cody, but his mic was turned off. So he grabbed Corey Graves' headset and says, Cody turned on him. Cody brought this to himself. Cody did all of this. Cody comes out and they're about to fight, kind of fighting, but Randy Orton is the voice of reason, separating everybody. And KO accidentally punched Randy. Then we had the women's tag team title match, which went 2 minutes. Bianca and Jade retained. Trash. Nick Aldis tells Cody to calm down. That Orton says he will talk to Kevin Owens. Nia and Tiffany come out, right, and Nia says she will annihilate Liv Morgan at Crown Jewel, and that after she's done with Liv, she then roughly grabs Tiffany into a headlock and says, you can cash in your money in the briefcase. Naomi comes out and says the only reason Nia is still champion is because Tiffany got involved, and Naomi says she can beat Nia no matter what. Liv, Dom, and Raquel come out to watch the match. Naomi ends up beating Nia in a really, really fun match. Rhea Ripley shows up afterwards to attack everyone and try to clear house, but Dom and Liv escape. Carmelo Hayes is in the back nursing his wounds and wants another title shot. And Otto's like, dog, you lost, but you will get a 7th match against Andrade. Santos Escobar wants to know where the opportunities are for Legado. And Aldis tells them that Angel and Humberto will face a very special team next week. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It will be the Motor City Machine Guns. Nick Aldis addresses the Street Profits DIY and says they have to go to the back of the line. As he's talking to them, Kevin Owens is attacking Randy Orton outside, yelling at him like, yo, you picked sides? Well, I'm going to show you why that was a mistake. Security broke things up. Solo Sikoa in the main event defeated Jimmy Uso. The Bloodline swarmed after the match, beat down Jimmy. After that, and Roman tried making the save, but the numbers game caught up, and Jimmy's like, bro, yo, Uso, we need help. Period. We need help. Over on Rampage, the conglomeration defeated the Kingdom. They should respect each other after the match. Time is money. Monet. I'm curious about her next feud. Is maybe it's probably going to be Chris Statlander with these random face turn. But I'm looking forward to everything that's involved with these three women. As the Acclaimed are coming out for their match, the MXM Collection, Attack Room says that they'll have a special guest for their tag match at WrestleDream. Chris Statlander blames Mercedes Moné for everything falling apart for her, because as soon as she arrived, she says, your goal took my best friend away from me, referring to Willow Nightingale, and Statlander won her squash match. And Moné's like, girl, please. Chris Jericho's ready to become the new Wave, 9-time world champion. Beast Muertos defeated the Butcher. Harley Cameron blames Anna Jay for Saraya being incapacitated. So they're going to have a match at WrestleDream, and Anna's like, you want to kick this ass? And Anna's got a great ass. We all know this. You can do this at WrestleDream. Lance Archer won a squash match in the main event. Brian Keith defeated Rocky Romero. This was the final AEW show of the week, because the pay-per-view was Saturday, so there was no collision. Our matches of the week from Raw, two of them things, Sheamus versus Pete Dunne, and that good old-fashioned Donnybrook match, and of course the World Heavyweight Championship match, Gunther versus Sami Zayn from NXT, Tony D'Angelo versus Oba Femi for the NXT North American Championship. And from WrestleDream, Jay White versus Hangman Page, Mariah May versus Willow Nightingale for the AEW Women's World Championship, the Young Bucks versus Private Party for the AEW World Tag Team Championships, and of course Jon Moxley versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW World Championship. some good matches there. Star of the week, Tony D'Angelo, Stephanie Vaquer, and Konosuke Takeshita. Had to give it to those three, but that's the show. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Look on the screen what we got coming up. Got some good stuff, and check out the socials, Charismatic Creations on Facebook and YouTube, Charismatic_Creations52 on Instagram, and of course the 215 on Twitter. See you when I see you. Peace.